Okay, here's my 4 cents on separation when you're married. The idea is your relationship is not going so well, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to fix it, save it, repair it, and so you decide that maybe you should separate instead of doing that. That maybe the time will heal some of the wounds, and when you come back together, you will be a better version of yourself and ready to go, and your relationship will just work better. Just is the key word. Your relationship will never just work better. Your relationship will always work better if you put effort into making it work better. It truly takes identifying what's going on in the current to make a plan for how you want to proceed into the future. So, separating itself will not just solve that problem. I think separating can also really solidify. I'm going to establish my own life and the things that I need to do for myself, and can kind of make it harder to actually come back together because you start to realize, oh, it's a lot easier living without this person. Because, truth be told, it's kind of easier living in a home, not financially, but living in a home without someone who's doing things that get on your nerve. You can kind of do whatever you want, whenever you want, except for with the kids. And when you split the kids half time with your partner, then you can kind of do whatever you want. You have the freedom. There are lots of people that really get used to that. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing if you're okay for divorce and separation for your family. And there are certain circumstances where it's just better to do that, and that is okay. So what I'll say is this: if you're going to separate and put space between the two of you, you should also be ready to do counseling and to find space and time to come together and identify what the issues have been in the relationship. What are your big key concepts that have been a real struggle for the two of you together? And then make a plan for how you're going to move forward. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, why wouldn't we just live in the same household and do this? Yeah, I think that it's less disruptive to do that. Unless you have abuse going on in your home where you just absolutely need to separate physically from one another. You're adding a whole new element to actually leave one another and go off on your own. It introduces complications into your marriage. But also, at the end of the day, I've seen people who separate and come back together and have a better marriage. I just would not recommend that you only do that and think that it's going to be the cure, because it's